Hello friends, Simit here from InformedTrades.com. Today is January 22nd, 2014. Time for our daily chart review. This is basically where I share the trades I'm looking at and sort of how I see the markets, trades I'm placing, and how things look to me. We do this every day. It's supposed to start at around 8 a.m. New York time, 1 p.m. GMT. Today we are about 20 minutes late. I apologize for that. So this is basically, my daily approach to the markets, just to give folks an idea. Okay, on the screen now is New Zealand dollar. First thing, as we know, or as folks who have been watching this know, is I like to start with positions that I have on at the moment. I do not really have any positions on. I do have an order that has not yet been filled on Aussie Yen. It's an order to go long. So let's just pull that up. And okay, that order still has not gotten filled. After it touched here, you see this candle that touched that black line. I put an entry order. It didn't come back. It just sort of went off without me. Had a lot of that over the past week and a half or so, especially with the Australian dollar. But that's fine. That's normally what I would like to see is this type of range. We had that level tested multiple times, and that's sort of what I'm counting on. If it doesn't happen, that's fine. I don't think it's worth chasing, or I don't think it's worth rushing. I've tried that before, and in my experience, it pays. Even if you miss out on some opportunities, it's still worth it to wait for the price that you're looking for. Okay, so that's the Aussie Yen order that I have that is not yet filled. So no positions on really. Let's start with the rest of the pairs, starting with the euro. It's about 20 some pairs in overall that we review in this session. Normally lasts about half an hour. Euro Australian dollar, we're probably going to see more and more of this. It just needs to pull back more. Clearly in an uptrend, 50 is above the 200 EMA, and price is closest to the 50. Price is above both. So that tells us, it's a common indicator we're in an uptrend, plus just a visual observation. It clearly shows we're in an uptrend. So as a swing trader, I want to buy the dips in an uptrend, sell the rallies in a downtrend. I just needed to dip a little more. When it comes to this level, 51.14, which we are about, still close to 200 pips away, about 180 pips away. If it can follow that level, then I may be interested in buying. We're probably going to see the same thing on Euro Canada and Pound Aussie and Pound Canada. So these four pairs we're going to see, and some more others, but these are the four that come to mind. And we've talked about this in repeated sessions that we've had over the past week and a half on these pairs. Probably going to see the same thing. Euro, Canadian dollar. Oh, well, this is a little slightly different. Basically, so a really aggressive trader may be interested in the price is broken out of this channel. It's now tested the top of this channel. Some may feel that's sufficient evidence to go long and anticipate a higher rally. I still would like to see a test of this black line. I don't pay as much credence to channels as support and resistance. It's at least in this scenario, a breakout of the channel, I'm not so interesting. I'd still like to see a test at this level, which is established. Horizontal lines to me trump diagonal lines. So I would like to see a test of 47, which we are still 170 pips away. We'll see if that happens. Okay, Euro Pound. Price is still falling. Nothing to do here. I did have an entry order on that I closed out. Where was it? I closed it out right around here. I clearly should have let it go, but that's okay. I understood why I closed it, so I don't really regret that. Euro Yen. Okay. Yeah, I would need price to fall back to this support level here. Some may feel comfortable entering here. Well, actually, let's see. Let's see what it looks like from a Fibonacci perspective. If we go from the breakout here to the recent highs here. Oh, move this a little higher. Huh. Well, one could argue that we have enough evidence to enter here on Euro Yen. Let's come back to this. I still would like to see a bigger fall, but we have had a 50% pullback. You could argue that this is support. Let me just draw a line. You could argue that support has been established here. So, yeah, this may be interesting. I still may prefer it in the 50 simple moving averages here. We'll see. We'll come back to Euro Yen. I may place an order on that. So let's come back to this. Let's see if there's. The reason I want to come back to is let's see if there's another yen pair that has a more favorable technical setup. So if not, I think Euro Yen will be the trade to place. I'll be placing a trade here. But if another pair has a setup that I like a little more, I'll go with that one. Okay. Euro Kiwi. Okay, we're still here at this range. This is interesting. I'll also come back to this one. I know I had said that these black lines, it's been a debate I've been having whether I want to try this trade, Euro Kiwi. I'll come back to this. On one hand, it's in a range. Is this a sufficient bottom of the range? I think it's probably worth testing. And I've been going back and forth. If you've been watching the videos over the past couple days, Euro Kiwi and Pound Kiwi, we're going to see the same pattern on Pound Kiwi. I've been a little confused by them. So we'll see how it goes, though. I think it's worth a shot at this point, but I'd like to see what the setup is like on the pound. Same situation as Euro Yen in a lot of ways. I'm a little more confident in Euro Yen. But this one, it does meet the technical requirements, and if something meets my requirements, I'm inclined to place a trade. I try not to get too emotional about it or too instinctive about it. Euro US Dollar. Okay, that's rallying. But we did not get the pullback to the black line. I definitely wanted to see the pullback to the black line. That the euro is rallying against some of these pairs is interesting. We've had 3 days in a row with long wicks each time. I think this is a white knight pattern, or there's some type of pattern for 3 candlesticks like this in a row with long wicks. 3 horses or something. But yeah, at this point, I'm not really going to take any action on pound dollar. I definitely want to pull back to this level. It's a very clear level. If market does not pull back to it, so be it. Okay, interesting though, it did give us a 61.8% pullback, which is nice, although I would want to see a little more here. Okay, so that's about it for euro dollar. Let's go to pound, and this will be interesting because it'll impact whether I place the euro yen and euro kiwi trades. So pound Aussie, like we talked about, still need more of a pullback. That's pretty clear. It's in an uptrend for sure. Just hasn't pulled back enough. Pound Canada, same thing. Wow, Canadian dollar is still losing value against the pound. Okay. Pound Swiss. Yeah, no pullback. Still going. Pound yen. No pullback. That the yen is rallying here, though, or that the pound is rallying against the yen is interesting. So that gives me a little more confidence that it's time to try the euro yen. We've talked a lot about the yen on InformedTrades, InformedTrades.com/Japan. You'll see our huge or our considerable archive on basically all the material about the yen. I'm a big bear. I think one of the long-term trades is short yen. I'm in that school. There's Kyle Bass, John Malden. They've all talked about this. A lot of people are bearish on the Japanese economy. The yen is, I think, going to be one of the best Forex trades I've ever seen. I've been in this industry for over 10 years now, and it's pretty remarkable what is potentially going to happen with the yen. At least that's my take. I definitely don't want to miss out on that. However, I do need to wait for the right price. Anyway, that pulls back to euro yen, which we were looking at before. So far, the euro setups are looking better than the pound ones, or I like euro yen more than pound yen. Let's see if that plays out with Kiwi. Yeah, definitely. So basically, this is if pound is leading the euro, is a leading indicator of the euro. That's I wouldn't really cling too closely to the idea, but it's a possibility here because pound yen is rallying ahead of euro yen. Pound Kiwi is rallying ahead of euro Kiwi. That could be an interesting tool. Again, I wouldn't cling to that. I'm definitely placing these trades independent of that idea. That's something that if these trades work out, it'll sort of be validated. But it looks like it could be that idea. In any event, we're going to come back and place those trades on the euro yen, and euro Kiwi. Nothing on the pound just yet. Pound dollar. And this is also, so pound dollar is also moving ahead. Euro dollar starting to look bullish. Pound dollar, you could have made that argument that it was a time to enter, back on January 17th. And euro dollar is sort of now showing some trend. So pound is a little stronger, and that's expressed in euro pound, which we see declining significantly. Okay, that about does it for the pound. Let's go to the dollar pairs. Dollar Canada. Yep, still need more of a pullback. Canadian dollar is just, I mean, basically and this is, for traders who were in since December 13th, this had a potential great setup, or even if you got in here. This is a great range, to trade a breakout of. I was not in on it, but that would have been clearly a great trade. And there was a lot of technical evidence, especially this pullback here, to a previous support level. Okay, so that's dollar Canada, nothing there. Dollar Swiss. Well, dollar Swiss is the same as the euro dollar, so we won't really need to look at that. Oh, actually, because I got stopped out of my euro dollar trade. Let's see. Well, this may be still an interesting. I mean, this is. Okay, I think yeah, I mean it's very close. So I had entered here and had my stop, right around that short position I had in dollar Swiss, which I got stopped out on earlier this week on Monday morning. It looks like it could still be valid. Basically, this is a very bearish setup. Now, if anything, I think I'll put my entry order on. I'll revisit dollar Swiss as well. I did get stopped out, but on this right in this area, but that doesn't mean the trade is invalid. If anything, the evidence is looking more convincing. I mean, these are clearly some reversal candlestick patterns, so we'll see though. I'll come back to this a little later. So I'm going to come back to euro yen, euro Kiwi, and dollar Swiss. Could be an opportunity there. And dollar Singapore, this is running away, and we're probably not ready for an entry on this. Okay. Yeah, so there it goes. It could be, well, this could be an inside bar. This candle entirely within the range of this one, which is often a reversal sign. Let's see, where would resistance be here? And I would put resistance potentially here. Yeah. So we're basically right at a resistance level of sorts. You could obviously say resistance is also here. However, I'm more interested in trading the pullback. So let's see. So potentially there. Let's Let's move this up. Well, we'll see, but I would say we need to really get to here, maybe. Perhaps a little more, but that's the first level I would look at, 126.93 to go long. So we can pull back to that level, great. However, let's see. First, we still have to officially turn on dollar Singapore. It's clearly in an uptrend. Just need to wait for the dip. Same situation as Euro Aussie, Euro Canada, Pound Aussie, Pound Canada. We're going to see that with some New Zealand pairs where the market's clearly trending. Just need to wait for that dip that gives us the right opportunity. So that's about it for US dollar. I may come back to dollar Swiss, which burned me earlier this week. However, we don't want to cling to our losses and still analyze it objectively. If the setup is still there, we should take it. Okay, here's Aussie Canada. Aussie Canada has been rallying from here. I had a short on at this level I did not get filled on. The trend may be reversing here. This may be a base that leads to a much higher market. We have a little bit of a pattern of higher lows in place. But let's see. At this point, it's still choppy. Prices between the 50 and 200, which is often, not always, but often a sign of choppiness. In any event, if it comes back to 98.72, I could consider shorting. So we'll see. Nothing at this time on Aussie Canada. Aussie Swiss. Yeah, nothing also on this at this time. Let's see if it can pull back to 81.45. We are still 80 pips away, so we might get there in the next few days and potentially have a short situation on our hands. So that'll be one to watch. Aussie Swiss missed out on the short here, or I had the order, didn't get filled. So we'll see if that we get another shot here. Okay, that's now Aussie Yen. We already have an order on that has not gotten filled. And Aussie Kiwi. Yeah, still need more of a pullback. Clearly in a downtrend. If we can pull back to, what is that, 109.36-ish, somewhere in that vicinity. 109.36 is where the 50 simple moving average is. We could probably be a little lower than that, 109 perhaps. But in any event, we have about 280 pips to go. So nothing just yet. Aussie Kiwi clearly in a downtrend. Okay, and that pulls us to Aussie US dollar. Another order I had that did not get filled. And same situation, that order didn't get filled. Let's see if it retests that level again. Australian dollar is clearly in a downtrend, so if we get the right pullback, we can enter. Didn't get the exact pullback I was looking for, or didn't get filled on it. I entered right after this candle, but didn't get that pullback here, or after this big red candle, I should say. Didn't get that pullback to resistance that I was looking for. Okay, so that does it for the Australian dollar. Let's go to New Zealand dollar. Oh. New Zealand, Canada. This has been on a runaway. We'll probably need to wait for a pullback on this too. Oh, what's going on here? Chart's a little slow. Well, there's probably not going to be any opportunities on the New Zealand dollar. I don't know what happened to the setup here. Okay, let's see if we can come back to New Zealand, Canada a little later. As for Kiwi Swiss, yeah, still in that range. If we can get to the top of this range, yeah, I don't see. Oh, what's this actually? Okay. So this is interesting. we may have an opportunity in shorting Kiwi Swiss, which I feel a little better about because, okay, so I'm seeing the same. We'll compare this to shorting Kiwi Swiss is basically the same as going long Euro Kiwi, which is one of the things I had looked at. So we'll reevaluate this. I'm going to compare this with Euro Kiwi, and we'll pick one of them. We won't pick both. Because they're kind of a redundant trade, so I definitely like the idea of diversifying. Let's see if Kiwi Canada comes up now. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, we know what's going to be. The price action with Kiwi Canada is going to be the same as it is basically with all the other Canadian dollar pairs, where it just needs to pull back more Canadian dollars in a clear downtrend, which means everything else is rallying against it. Just need that pullback. Okay. Kiwi Yen. Yeah, this is still, I'm not out of all the yen pairs, so there could be some people may find it interesting to buy it at the bottom of this channel. I'm sticking with Euro Yen. I like that way more than the channel trade here, as well as Aussie Yen, which I'm going long on. Okay, so that's and finally Kiwi US Dollar. Okay, this is still in the middle of that range. No real opportunity yet. Okay, so there's 4 pairs that we'll be looking at now. Let's see if we can nail them down to get our trades. Okay, first thing I want to do is we won't be trading both Euro Kiwi and Kiwi Swiss. So let's compare them and see if there's any discernible difference, any technical pattern that we like more. Here's Euro Kiwi. Okay, so that's our setup here. We would enter at 63.26. Oh, no, that's incorrect. 62.62. 62.62 with our stop at 61.64 and a target of and a target of 68.61. So that is, we're risking 98 pips. We are targeting, that gives us about a 5-to-1 reward risk. Oh, 6-to-1, I'm sorry. That's very good. Euro Kiwi is probably going to be the one I trade. And I tried that previously here, and it kept rallying, and it fell down. So we'll see. I tried that over here. Or where was it? Recently, I did try this setup, and it did not work out to my advantage. I think it was maybe, wasn't it October? Was it here maybe? Somewhere. In any event, the past is the past. I still kind of like this, mainly because we have this level here, right? So it's already an established support level. But let's compare that with Kiwi Swiss. So we get 6-to-1 reward risk on Euro Kiwi. Okay. So if we were to have a target profit, it would be here. Make that green. Let's make it a darker green. Okay, so that's 71.87. So we are dealing with 400 pips, a little more than that. And we would be risking 30 pips. I just find this a little close, and I don't like this level too much. We risk 30 pips to gain 400. That's a pretty outstanding reward risk, but I think this is a little too close. So what happens if I move this? I'm going to have to move it all the way up here. That puts it too far away. So stop loss placement, I'm just a little, I'm not as confident with it. I could put it here. But still, I don't like putting it here that much. I think it's a little too close. Okay, so we're gonna go with Euro Kiwi. Based on I like that. I'm more comfortable with that technical setup. So we'll go with Euro Kiwi. Now Euro Yen. Let's take a look at that. And I'm going to have all these trades on my blog on InformedTrades.com. So if you want to see the exact numbers and you see still shots, you can, of course, rewind this video, or you can check it on my blog on InformedTrades.com. Okay, Euro Yen. We'll go long at 140.80. So that's still a good bit away. That's still about 90 pips away. We'll have our stop right here, I think. 139.45. And so that's basically 135 pips. So we need to get a little more than 400, which we will when we target 145. Target the highs here. So that gives us a good setup. Yeah. Yeah. So it'll give us. It's not a great setup, but it is 3-to-1, which is what I'm looking for. So I'll take that. Euro Kiwi, Euro Yen, and let's look at one more pair, Dollar Swiss, which I had tried before and got stopped out on. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I could enter there. Ultimate is a little too close. Yeah, I just don't feel it's just too close. That's basically what it boils down to. I would prefer really for a pullback to 91.63. To me, that's a much better support level to enter at. This candlestick action suggests to me that we're not going to get there. However, actually what I'll do is, no, that's not even. I'm just gonna wait on this. Depends on how things go. If maybe we'll pull back to the 200 EMA at some point. It seems like we're gonna head down without pulling back here, but I definitely need to see a bit of that pullback. We'll see if it can go to this level first. So I'm gonna hold off on Dollar Swiss. If it can reach this level, I will. I'll put an entry order on. So that's about it. The two trades we'll be placing are Euro Yen and Euro Kiwi, long both of them. I'll have those trades, as I mentioned, on my blog on InformedTrades.com. That's about it. Any questions you have, anything you want to add, join us at InformedTrades.com. Thanks and best of luck in your trading.